You're listening to the Healthy in Real Life podcast, episode number 185. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. This is Gina, creator of the Fitnessista blog and brand. I'm so excited that you're here today and so excited for today's episode. Before we dive in, I wanted to tell you about Higher Dose. So if you haven't tried any of the Higher Dose products yet, you've got to go for it. It's been such a game changer in my own routine. I have and love so many of the products that they offer, from their sauna blanket to their PEMF Go mat, red light face mask, red light hat, red light neck enhancer, their body brush. They have so many great products that you can use just to take your health routine to the next level. So for a starting point, I always get asked this question, should I do the PEMF mat first or the sauna blanket? And it's such a hard choice because I use both regularly and they're so different. But I would say start with the sauna blanket. That's where I started, and then everything kind of cascaded from there. So if you are interested in these at-home healing, biohacking technologies that you can use for yourself, many of them are portable and you can take them with you. Head to Higher Dose and enter my code Fitnessista15. So it's FITNESSISTA, the number 15. That'll get you 15% off site-wide, excluding bundles and full-size saunas. And I hope that you love it as much as I do. So head to Higher Dose, enter that code Fitnessista15, and you'll get 15% off. All right, let's head into today's show.
Welcome to the Healthy in Real Life podcast, bite-sized tips for healthy living that you can implement right now. Join us weekly for interviews and real-life advice for creating the happiest and healthiest version of yourself. Here's your host, fitness expert, author, and mom of two, Gina Harney.
Hey friends, I hope that your day is going well. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's episode, I wanted to chat about something that I do every single quarter. I look forward to it every single time that I do it, and that is the EquiLife Detox. So we're going to chat detoxes today. I think that there's this misconception about detoxes, just to think that it has to be some kind of juice cleanse or broth type situation, or the lemon water with cayenne. So it's not that kind of detox. Pretty much everyone can benefit from some type of seasonal detox support, especially if you've been dealing with things like fatigue, hormonal imbalances, allergies, or just mystery symptoms. And I just wanted to start off today's episode too, just by letting you know I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Of course, check with your provider before you add any new supplements or anything new into your routine. This is just for information purposes, and I am just sharing my own experience. So let's dive in. So this is what the EquiLife Detox looks like. So you get this handy little kit here, and inside it has the daily nutritional support, which is something that I have every single day. I have it as part of my protein pudding. You can see here it's just packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. This is the chocolate flavor. I like it better than the vanilla flavor, but I do have to say it's not the tastiest protein powder that I've ever had. It's just like a little vitamin-y, which is why I mix it with the Truvani protein powder. But the nutrition it's so good, and it's not offensive, so it doesn't taste bad. It's just not the tastiest. So it comes with that, and then it also has the FM detox capsules and the AYU detox capsules. So I'm going to talk about detox first, and then I'll share a little bit more about these guys and what the detox entails and what it does. So of course, I think something that we hear all the time is that, oh, our bodies detox naturally. You don't need a detox. But the reality is that our bodies were not designed to withstand the complete bombardment of toxins that we're exposed to every single day. So they're just completely overwhelmed. So we are exposed to toxins from food, water, air, plastic, cosmetics, cleaning products, mold, medications, so many different things, and different symptoms can manifest from this. It can be things like brain fog, fatigue, skin breakouts, poor sleep, stubborn weight, feeling bloated, irritable, even autoimmune flares can be from that toxin bucket tipping over. So there are different things that you can do to support your body's own detox pathways because they are there, they do exist. We just need to give them the proper support. And it's really through really supporting the liver. So maybe some herbs to support the liver and then giving it the nutrients it needs to support those detox pathways. So the EquiLife Detox is not intended to be some type of restriction plan, not to make you feel like you're starving or depleted. It's not a juice cleanse. You're eating real whole foods, supporting your mitochondria. It can help to balance blood sugar and open those drainage pathways. Something interesting, before I do an EquiLife Detox, I can usually feel it because I feel like my face is puffy. I just feel inflamed. I might be having skin breakouts. And just a note, like, this is a scar from a mole that I had removed, and the bandage is worse than the scar. So we're just rolling with it today, but I don't want you to be like, what's going on with her face? Why is she talking about skin? And she has this situation. So that's a mole. It will be nice and healed, hopefully, next time I record an episode. Okay, so anyways, it's not a juice cleanse. I've done many of those in the past because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And I lasted for maybe 2 days until I was suffering and then had to have real food. So this does include real whole food, thank goodness. And it's just backed by functional medicine research. This was formulated by Dr. Cabral himself. He is someone that I really admire. He's been on the podcast. He's my mentor through the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. So I was trained through his program, and he is just the real deal. So he has a podcast. It's called The Cabral Concept. Definitely check it out. But he's just super knowledgeable, and he's a naturopathic doctor. So he formulated these himself. So they're not just like random supplements that ended up in there. So it includes that daily nutritional support, your capsules, the AYU and the FM, and then you can have the option to add a binder, and then there's a 7, a 14, and a 21-day option. So I've done all of them. They're all different. They're all great for different reasons. I think that if you have significant weight loss goals, the 21-day is a really nice starting point. And then if you just want to give it a test drive, just try it out for a little while. The 7-day is great. I also like the 14-day. I actually find myself doing the 14-day the most often because I feel like I want a longer reset without having to go the full 21 days. And I also modify it. So I'll share some tips for modifying it coming up here soon too. So let's talk about phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox, because I feel like that's something you'll hear a lot about. It's floating around a lot, but really, what does it exactly mean? So phase 1, think about this as unlocking the toxins. So you're opening basically a locked box of toxins that your body's been storing. So it's been holding on to them. So this phase uses enzymes, and the enzymes help to transform fat-soluble toxins into immediate forms. So they're often even more reactive than the originals. And there's different nutrients you need to unlock this box. So you need B vitamins, vitamin C, antioxidants, and sulfur-containing compounds. So after we've got phase 1, we have phase 2, and that's where you package and eliminate the toxins. So your liver binds those reactive toxins to molecules so that they can safely be eliminated through bile, urine, or sweat. So nutrients needed for this are amino acids, and also stool is another way that you would eliminate toxins as well. Nutrients needed for this would be amino acids, so like glycine, taurine, cysteine, glutamine, glutathione, and also magnesium. So why is this important? This is important because if phase 1 is active, but phase 2 is sluggish, so you're unlocking the box, but you're not binding it to anything, toxins basically stay in limbo. So they're just hanging out in the body. They've been released, and this can actually cause symptoms and make you feel worse. So you really want to support both phases. This is a really gentle way to do it. It's a complete detox, and then you're less likely to have those Herxheimer reactions, so that, like, they call it detox flu, so just feeling kind of flu-y and gross. So if you are supporting both pathways, if you use a binder, that can also help, and then hopefully you just feel amazing. So basically how the detox is structured, the first 2 days are fasting days. So they're only having this daily nutritional support in water with your supplements. And the idea is that you're giving digestion a break to help ramp up those detox pathways. Days 3 through 7, you're having the daily nutritional support shake for breakfast. And then in the late afternoon, you're having a healthy plant-forward lunch. So think like vegan plant-based proteins. So things like tofu, tempeh, hemp seeds, beans, lots of veggies. And then dinner will be paleo. No red meat. I've had red meat on the detox and I've been fine, so I'm just throwing that out there. You might feel tired or foggy the first day or two, and then I find that I just feel energized, light, focused, productive. I can always see it in my face within 2 days of doing this. I just feel like it reduces inflammation for me, and the idea is that you'll hopefully notice better digestion, less bloating, improved sleep, a more stable mood, and reduced cravings. This always brings me back to earth when it comes with cravings. I feel like it comes just in time each quarter as I'm starting to just get a little bit more of a sweet tooth, having more things like just chocolate chips out of the bag, just out of habit, not even because I really want them, just not making the choices that help me feel my best, and just kind of out of tune with remembering that vegetables really taste good. A bell pepper tastes delicious, but it doesn't taste as good if you've been eating a lot of Takis recently. So I think it just helps me dial back in with my cravings to start to crave more whole, nourishing, plant-based foods. I feel like as far as my experience goes, I always have more energy. Digestion is good. My skin, I feel like my skin is really clear. My sleep is always very deep. I haven't worn my Oura ring in a while, but in the past when I've worn my Oura ring, I've had really vivid dreams, but also really restful sleep. So I wake up, I can remember my dreams, I feel rested, productive, and I just, like I said, I just feel way less inflamed. I just feel so good when I do the detox. It's been such a game changer for so many of my clients as well. Everyone loves it. Everyone who I know has completed a detox has gone on to just continue to have them as part of their routine. And in the past, I was one of those people who was like, oh, you don't need a detox. Oh, you can get all the vitamins and nutrients from food alone. But the reality is that it's really hard. It's really hard to detox naturally because, like I said, we are so completely overwhelmed with toxins in our environment. And it's also hard to get the nutrients that we need in our food because our food is very depleted. So it's not the same as it used to be. Our food is depleted, soil is depleted, long transport times and getting food to the grocery store affects the nutrient density in foods as well. So I just feel like we kind of have a little bit of an uphill battle. So this is one way that I just really like to set myself up for success. I also notice that when it's time for a detox, I'm not sweating during my workouts. So things just feel like they're not functioning optimally. And I did a detox a couple of weeks ago. I was on the Peloton bike and I just had sweat dripping down my arms. And that's when I know everything's open again. Everything's working the way that it's supposed to. So I absolutely love it. Like I said, there's 3 different options. So there's a 7, a 14, and a 21 day, and you can modify it. So here are some of my favorite ways to modify this detox for my one-on-one clients. I almost always recommend skipping the first 2 fasting days and just heading into day 3. So you'll skip those fasting days and you'll head straight to the shake and the supplements in the morning, your plant-based lunch, shake in the afternoon, and then your paleo dinner with the supplements at dinner. I feel like so many women that I work with are stressed. I think that fasting can be an amazing tool, and I have done the fasting version before. I felt good the first time. I felt terrible the second time. I just don't like my clients to feel terrible, so we kind of just test it out first this way by skipping those fasting days, heading straight into day 3. I'll also add berries sometimes. So if I feel like I'm really hungry or I have a hard workout, I'll add berries and make my protein pudding in the morning just to have a little bit more glucose, also a little bit more fuel. So that's a great way you can flex it. You can also add in some sweet potato if you feel like you need it, and also add in additional protein if you find that you need more protein. So sometimes I'll have some chicken or fish with my lunch, and it'll have lots of plants in it too. You can drink coffee on the detox. I know that's always a concern for my friends out there. You can add some coconut milk to it, almond milk, hazelnut milk, just a little bit of unflavored, unsweetened milk with your coffee. I don't recommend trying to quit coffee at the same time as your detox. That is a recipe to feel absolutely terrible. So yes, coffee is a go. Alcohol is a no. You will feel so much better without it anyway. You might find that you want to take your workouts down a little bit and just kind of draw in, do more restorative type practices like yoga, Pilates, meditation. Those are great things to do during the detox. You can also just help give your body some extra support, maybe by doing things like dry brushing, castor oil packs, rebounding, sauna. I love my sauna blanket, especially during the detox. And those are some of my favorite ways to modify it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. One of my favorite detox hacks is just to, well, this is being released during the summer, but in the winter, I like to make a big batch of soup. So tons of vegetables, zucchini, onions, broccoli, bell peppers, carrots. I'll just throw whatever vegetables I can in there. I'll do a can of crushed or diced tomatoes, some broth, vegetable broth or chicken broth, and then a couple cans of beans. So maybe like chickpeas and kidney beans, and put it all in the Instant Pot. And then I have this giant batch of veggie soup. And then when I go to eat lunch, I'll add half an avocado, lemon juice on top, and some sea salt. It's totally delicious. That's a really great lunch option. And then for dinner, we tend to eat paleo style dinners for the most part anyway. So maybe if I'm making the family pasta or something like that, I'll have everything else besides the pasta. We usually have a salad or a vegetable with it and some type of protein. So I'll have that for my dinner, and it's pretty easy. So if you guys decide to give it a try, of course, talk to your doctor before changing anything in your routine. But if you head to the EquiLife site, you can use my code. It's FITNESSista10, so FITNESSISTA and the number 10, and that'll get you 10% off your first purchase. But I hope you love it as much as I do. I'm here if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Healthy in Real Life podcast. For more info, check out Gina's blog at fitnessista.com.